So last week we looked at the Transfiguration. As we looked at that, one of the things we talked about was that when scriptures like that come up, we do one of two things with them. Anybody remember what one of those two things are? Okay, one, we want to make it about us. All right? We want to make it about us. The second thing we do is we want to make sense of it. Tell me how this is logical, how this makes sense, how this could happen, all of those. So those are the two temptations. And I think they fit with today's passage as well. The primary takeaway from the scripture is not, how is this about me? It's about Jesus. What does this say about Jesus? What does this say about God? As he's in the wilderness for 40 days, at the end of that time is tempted. What's that say about Jesus? One of the ways, and I really hate to say this, and I don't want to burst anyone's bubble here, but one of the ways we make it about ourselves is by giving something up for Lent. Right? Oh, Jesus, we saw you out there in the wilderness. We saw what amazing things you did, and so now we'll do this amazing thing and give up something for 40 days. Did you hear the contrast? I had a friend on Facebook who posted this week that for Lent she's giving up whipped cream. Right? So Jesus spent 40 days, 40 nights in the wilderness with nothing to eat, and she's giving up whipped cream. We're going to have a conversation about that when I see her. But you understand, we try and make it about us. We just do that. It's kind of like Lent is a religious game. Right? We pull it out of the storage, we open it up, we put it out on the table, and we play it for 40 days, and then when we're done, we put it back in the box, and it's done for another year. Right? It's something, whatever it is that we might give up, it's something that we do for 40 days, and then we take it right back up at the end. Well, if it was worth giving up, why are you taking it back? You see those contrasts there? We make it about us. When I was probably about 10 or 12 years old, I remember listening to Newsweek or some such thing on records. My father was blind, and so he would get records that had magazines on them. They had stories on them. I remember some Edgar Allan Poe. I'm getting off target here. But in one, maybe Newsweek, I'm not sure, Time or something, there was a story about an experiment that had taken place. The person who was doing the experiment created these glasses with mirrors so that it inverted everything. So what you would normally see as up was now down. What normally you would see as down is up. And so they committed to wearing these glasses for 30 days. Right? That's all I can feel is headaches coming on. But they got used to it. And one of the things that they needed to do was to ride a bike. And so they were able to ride a bike and do lots of other things. They made that adjustment. Their heads, their brains made that adjustment. It switched them back. Then at the end of the time, when they took the glasses off, it was just as disorienting for them, because they were used to seeing things in the opposite way for a month. But they were able to readjust. I find that fascinating, don't you? But not only fascinating, I find that a little discouraging during the season of Lent. A little discouraging. We give up something, we change something, and as soon as Lent's over, we take it back. Right? We make it about us. Sam Keen is leading a seminar, and he asked the people there, what are the symbols of your religion? How would you respond? What are the symbols of your religion, your faith? Cross. What else?
Doing for others.
Okay, doing for others. What other symbols of your faith are there?
Butterfly.
Butterfly. Okay. What else?
Crown of thorns.
Crown of thorns. No Bible? Maybe it's an altar, maybe it's a candle, maybe it's light, maybe it's this place. To which Sam replied, and I'll paraphrase this just for your listening ears, "Baloney." He actually said something a little more like we hear on the golf course. And he said to them, "Take out your wallets. Take out your purses. Spread it out in front of you." Remembering that experience, Ralph Milton said, "I took out my wallet and I spread before me the symbols of my religion. 4 credit cards, my library card, my driver's license, my medical insurance, a picture of Bev, his wife, a small pack of my business cards, $65, and my SIN card." Anybody know what a SIN card is? He's from Canada, I'll give you that. He's from Canada. So rather than a social security number, they have a social insurance number. So they have a SIN card in Canada. Going off again. Ralph said, "Sam had us do a little liturgy renouncing our worship of credit cards and dollar bills. We took out a dollar bill from our wallet, set it on fire, and burned it." He said a few of the group couldn't do it. He had these 2 comments at the end. He said, "Sam's liturgy was liberating, but it didn't last." But it didn't last. If our Lenten experience does not last past 40 days, then we've just taken it out of the box and played with it, and then put it back. 40 days is long enough to learn something new, or to miss something old, or to change some habits. Unfortunately, it is not so long that we cannot get through it. The Lenten journey is not really about giving something up for a time. It's about freeing up time and refocusing on drawing closer to God, closer to Jesus, closer to others. James Howell says, "We make Matthew 4 about us. But please don't try the sermon. Here's how to overcome temptation the way Jesus did." The point of the story is that Jesus did what we could never, ever do. And we are left not imitating him, but in jaw-dropping awe of him. It's about Jesus. It's not about us. So, what is it you want to give up for Lent? Ushers, please have this man taken. The answer isn't in trying harder or resisting temptation. It's in being in relationship with Jesus. It's in trusting Jesus for our justification and sanctification. It's a yielding to his mercy. It's a yielding to his mercy. That's not as easy as it sounds. One of the ways it is about us is that Jesus did it for us. Not just for 40 days, but his journey to and through the cross. Jesus did it for us. Jesus faced temptation as we crouch behind him. This last week, I happened to see The Jungle King that came out in 2016, first time I'd seen it. Some of you may have seen it, maybe not. But there was a scene in there that just seemed to me to be a wonderful metaphor for Jesus in the wilderness, standing there protecting us behind him. In this clip of the Jungle Book that I'm going to show you, Mowgli is the little man cub who has lived his life in the jungle, raised by wolves. And they have gathered during a drought season at the watering hole. And the law says that during drought season, that everyone who comes there, each animal that comes there is safe. They can't be attacked by others. And so that's the scene where we find ourselves. And in this scene, Shere Khan, the tiger, comes and is angry that this boy is allowed to be in the jungle. Now, it comes pretty quick, so I want to just let you know, He's raised by this pack of wolves, and the head wolf, as soon as he sees the tiger approaching, says to Mowgli, "Get behind me." And throughout it, he's sort of looking out at the danger that lurks there. Sammy, we ready?
Mowgli, behind me. Everyone comes to Peace Rock, so many smells to catch up on. Does my face not remind you of what a grown man can do? Well, let me remind you. A man cub becomes man, and man is forbidden!
So go back to where you came from, you burned beast!
No, I'm deeply respectful of these laws that keep us safe. You want to protect him, fine. But ask yourselves, how many lives is a man cub worth?
That image of the wolf that says, "Get behind me, Mowgli." It's a powerful image. During this season of Lent, we are called to follow behind Jesus. Now, if you find giving up something for Lent is meaningful, please go ahead. But don't look at it as matching Jesus. See it as honoring Jesus. Use the time and energy gained in giving something up to serve God and to grow closer. This journey is not just a Lenten journey. It's a journey that began at your baptism. The pastor spoke to a baby right after he had baptized her. He said, "Little sister, by this act of baptism, we welcome you to a journey that will take your whole life. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of God's experiment with your life. What God will make of you, we know not. Where God will take you, surprise you, we cannot say. This we do know, and this we say. God is with you. God is in front of you. In this journey of faith, Jesus watches over us, faces danger for us on our behalf. In the old days of ocean sailing, all good sailors used a sextant. A small boy was traveling shipboard with his father, and one day he saw the captain standing on deck with the sextant in hand. And he asked his dad, "What's the captain doing?" His father said, "The captain is taking our bearings, seeing where we are, finding out if we are going in the right direction." I think that's a marvelous picture of what Sunday is for us. We come here, we take out our sextant, and we see where we are and if we're headed in the right direction. Not just Sundays, though. It's a beautiful picture of the Lenten season. For 40 days, each day, we take out the sextant. We see where we are and if we're headed in the right direction. This is a season when we move closer to God. We follow Jesus in safety. And we serve our brothers and sisters.